Yeah, folks, we've covered the negotiations for peace between the Russian Federation and Ukraine and the President Donald John Trump facilitating this process. I just wanted to play for you now some reactions from some European leaders that you might find interesting, and especially because how Europe tends to be generally not aligned with Donald Trump on ideology. So I found these remarks by these European leaders at the meeting that President Trump called to be quite interesting. Yeah, because these are not Trump supporters or Trump sycophants or blood red MAGA folks. These are liberals, like maybe you can even call them leftists, like the president of Finland, Alexander Stubb, who I'm going to start with in terms of hearing what his remarks would be. Just stay with me. Let's hear.
Ministers, presidents, the heads of European nations. And by the way, Alex, I'd like you to say a couple of words too. You're a young, powerful man. Before I finish up, I want you to say a couple of words. Go ahead.
I'll take the notion of youth back to my wife and try to convince her. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I think in the past 2 weeks, we've probably had more progress in ending this war than we have in the past 3.5 years. And I think the fact...
Say what now?
That we're around of youth back to my wife and try to convince her.
Say what now?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I think in the past 2 weeks, we've probably had more progress in ending this war than we have in the past 3.5 years. And I think the fact that we're around this table today is very much symbolic in the sense that it's Team Europe and Team United States helping Ukraine. And the progress that we're looking out of this meeting is about the security guarantees, which are a big part of this. And then, of course, moving toward...
He says in the past 2 weeks, we've had more progress than we've had in the past 2.5 years. Gee, I wonder why would that be? And another European leader that I wanted to hear his thoughts on this matter would be none other than NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. Mark Rutte, Secretary General of NATO. Take it away, Mark.
We're going to set that up today after this meeting. So very good and great remarks. I appreciate it. Mark, as head of NATO, maybe you could say a few words, please.
Yes, I will be very brief. I really want to thank you, President of the United States, dear Donald, for the fact that you, as I said before, broke the deadlock, with President Putin by starting that dialogue. And I think it was in February that you had the first phone call. And from there, we are now where we are today. And that is President of the United States, dear Donald, for the fact that you, as I said before, broke the deadlock.
Say what now? What did you say there, Mark? What did you say?
Yes, I will be very brief. I really want to thank you, President of the United States, dear Donald, for the fact that you, as I said before, broke the deadlock, with President Putin by starting that dialogue. And I think it was in February that you had the first phone call. And
NATO Secretary General credits President Donald John Trump for breaking the deadlock in the peace talks and negotiations between Russia and Ukraine.
There we are now where we are today, and that is, I think, if we play this well, we could end this, and we have to end this. We have to stop the killing. We have to stop the destruction of Ukraine's infrastructure.
Okay, folks, enough of that now. The question really for me is that for the people who have this mindless hatred of President Trump, is that what else is the guy supposed to do? Tell me, what is he supposed to do? What else can he do more? What would he have to do in order for him to receive some sort of credit from you? Obviously, we are ways away from an actual peace agreement, but when you're comparing where we are now to where we were when President Joseph Biden was in office, who was not even attempting to find a resolution to this conflict, you have to admit, as the NATO secretary has admitted, as the Finnish president has admitted, that we have seen progress during this time when President Trump is in office. More progress has been made now than it has been for more than 2 years of the war. When are people going to give this guy credit? That's really, for me, the question. When are you going to give him credit? Or your position is Trump is wrong? Let me explain why. All the time, the position is Trump is wrong. Let me explain why. I really hope that it's not the case. Cheers. Let me know what you think in the comments